I talk a little sports. Actually, a good weekend in NFL uh, playoffs. But the word of the weekend is drops. I don't know what's going on, but a lot of teams lost and almost lost because of drops. The biggest drops were Hill and Waddle. I don't know what happened, but they could not figure out how to catch the ball. Mainly in the first half, and then Waddle in the fourth quarter. They had some huge drops, because they were winning in the fourth quarter and could have sealed the game. And Hill, his biggest drops was beginning of the game, first quarter. Miami's driving and dropping the ball. I mean, these weren't like defender was about to hit you and nothing like that. These guys are wide open, and they run great routes, so they're relatively wide open a lot. And for them to get open and then just drop the ball numerous times, that was the whole game they were dropping it. Not like they got hot later in the game. They were both dropping great passes from the third string quarterback game. And then the Bills side, the Bills really could have easily put the game away in the first half. Um, Knox missed a wide open end zone touchdown. They challenged it, and it was overturned. He didn't get his hand under the ball, and they actually set up for a field goal. Shakir, number 10, in the I think it was the fourth quarter or something like that. Um, a 50-yard bomb might have been like this last drive of the first half. 50-yard bomb would have figured out all the Bills' problem. Wide open, behind defense, just him. Drop the ball. So there's drops across the board. The Giants had the biggest drop of the game, of the day. Giants, Vikings, 2 minutes left. If they convert this third down, the Vikings never touch the ball and the game's over. Dude coming across the middle, wide open, little crossing pattern. It's just him. All he got to do is catch it, and he really probably could have went to the house. He catch it, go down, whatever, and he dropped it. It wasn't nobody by him. He didn't hear no footsteps. He literally just dropped it, and that allowed the Vikings to get the ball back and try to get something to happen. But just a lot of drops left and right. It's just kind of weird. Some drops in the Ravens game, but not much. The biggest issues with situational awareness was the Miami Dolphins. Um, I don't understand how you have they literally had like 5 or 6 delay games, and the refs were letting them slide all game. Like, oh, you call timeout, timeout. I'm like, but it's 2 3 seconds over the play clock. Call that. Let them slide. Oh, you call timeout, we good. But they used all their timeouts on literally delay a game, penalties, delay a game. And it was weird because last week they had like issues with getting the plays in because of communication issues with the uh, machines and whatever. The communication system went down. This week it wasn't that. I don't know if they just had plays that they wanted to run and they didn't like the defense that the Bills had on the field or whatever, but they were coming out of the huddle. 4 seconds left, 7 seconds left. It's like there's no way you can run and get set in 6 seconds and 4 seconds. And so you knew once they got up the huddle, it was going to be delayed game. Like he should have been called these timeouts. But Miami's issue is, but that's the growing pains. You got a inexperienced coach or a first year coach. You got a third string quarterback. You have a lot of guys that are just recently there together. So, you're going to have that here and there. But yeah, situational football. And the second biggest one was Minnesota Vikings. There's no way, 4th and 8, you can throw the ball before the sticks. There's no way. The problem with that is they should have held Darvin Cook in for pass protection. He's over there on the left side just dicking around, just standing there. What was the point of him going out to the flat? You can't throw it to the flat. There's a guy defending him. You really had to have him in there as max protection. It didn't matter if they double teamed Jefferson or whoever, Thielen. It didn't matter. The point was you had to have max protection to give Kurt a chance to even throw the ball down the field. He literally checked it down and that guy had no shot. Even if he breaks that tackle, there's guys back there. 4th and 8 is a far way to go. So once that guy, he didn't blitz. They was just, four down lineman, but the guy got off and, pressured Kurt in the backfield. Kurt had no choice to check it down. But you have to have max protection. Would have been Darvin Cook would have been right there, having the middle protected for him, and then you can go down the field. You got to throw to Jefferson because it's 4th 8. You can't throw to no one else. But if you go throw it to anyone, you got to throw it to someone passing sticks. Kirk get a lot of flack for that, but you look at the replays. You look at the way the Giants were playing defense. There was only like two guys maybe open, and the guy in the flat was the one, but I mean, that was an X. You can't throw it there. The guy coming across, it might have been like a post route or something like that, but it took time, and that's when Darvin Cook would have been in if he was blocking. And then Darvin Cook, that's another thing. Darvin Cook was literally in the flat just sitting there. Like, if situational football says it's 4th 8, I'm in the flat. I can do nothing for him in the flat. I have to be able to get past the sticks. So I have to run at least past the sticks. I don't know the play design. So the play design maybe he was like a decoy. Maybe Darvin Cook is in the flat to like get something over the top. Maybe that was the play call. Who knows? But Darvin Cook was like totally out of the play. He could not even pump fake to the man. The man was like 3 yards away from Kirk Cousins. And I'm like, what are you doing here? It's 4th 8. We got to throw it deep. We can't just, and they had no timeouts. They have to throw it. So it's just a lot of weird, quirky football. But the right teams won. No, to me, no true upsets. The Vikings been playing trash for 2 months, so we knew eventually that was going to come to the end. The Chargers was the biggest blunder that made history. It's weird because you're watching games, you don't know if it's history. We really watch history. So I'm watching 27-zip. I'm thinking it's over. Chargers come back, I'm like, oh, Chargers 27-zip. Oh, it's about to be over. And Jaguars came back and won. So as you're watching these games, you don't think it's history. But then I'm like, oh, wow, Jaguars just hit a 3, and this game's over. So it's historic. I don't know where the Chargers go from here. To me, they've been sorry for the last couple of years because Justin Herbert, to me, should be one of the top classes with Josh Allen and Mahomes. But that coaching, that scheme, whatever they're running, it's just holding him back. That dude's a beast. And it's just he can make all the throws. He doesn't keep his turnovers. He keeps his turnovers low, and just for whatever reason, that organization, whether it's the team or the president, I don't know, or the scheme they run in, just keeps him bottled up. But we got Cowboys tonight. I got Tom Brady. Peace.